Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster. It's no wonder that people always say that prophecies represent fate. Fortunately, I've never been one for such opinions.
So, you're one who will try to change fate, then?
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. I still have some things to take care of, and the children need my attention. By the way, Traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Alright, then we'll just... Huh? This isn't right.
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's no need today. It would not hurt to have Miss Navia listening in. Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together when we had the chance. You and I both know that there may be issues with the Primordial Sea. Previously, it was the fortress of Maripede's sluice gate, and this time it was the water levels in Poisson. These are both signals. Indeed. Allow me to share the latest. During some recent investigations, judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. The situation is becoming more urgent, so any pertinent information will prove extremely precious. My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration. Unexpectedly, this disaster struck.
Mano, muito
And at
gata,
present,
velho.
we're all busy
preciso dela
prioritizing
no
the
meu
rescue
time.
effort.
So, that's why...
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched to higher ground to assist affected residents. Linny told me that outside, which is why I want to give you this task. The House of the Hearth's members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you. I'm sure you already understand how earnest.
Oh! That's so
Ó, que
The
legal.
intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you family, it's only natural.
Got it! So all we gotta do is go to some ruins, right?
Excuse me, but may I tag...
You wish to join, Miss
Ó, que legal.
Are you sure you're up to exploring some...
Well, I'm sad, yes. But there's no point in being depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself. I need...
Since you put it that way, I have no objections. What do you say, Traveler?
Bora.
All right. The ruins are to the south of...
Okay, the three of us will handle...
Essa fatura vai até o fim do mundo, velho. Que isso, velho. Aliás, tem um ponto de teleporte aqui. Deixa eu selecionar já, né?
Speed of light! Hey!
É aqui em cima. Às vezes é no fundo, às vezes é na prisão. Confunde se teleporta daqui de Fontaine. Pronto, mais um. Então, vamos pra lá. Dá pra dar tiro já? 4.
Pardon my indiscretion.
Morreu o boneco.
Seem to be
Quer ver?
Just be careful.
Que merda, eu não tenho reviver, velho. Morreu, que merda, velho. Pera aí. Cara, preciso fazer umas comidas, pera aí. Tá foda. Tá zoado aqui, hein? Cadê? Cara, cadê o monstade aqui? Calma aí. O monstade tá pra cá. Confundo. Aqui. Vamos na torre aqui primeiro. Do 7. Revive a Yaka aí, vai. Monstade. Que é aquilo ali? Oxi. O que esse cara dava mesmo? Dá tiro? Dá gema? O que ele dá? Não lembro. Acho que ele dá umas coisas boas. Vai, mano. Aí, pô. Aí, cacete. É um por dia, não é? Ah, beleza. Obrigado, cara. Agora vamos fazer a comida. Aqui. Bora. Reviver. Fazer 6, tá bom. Não, é o... É isso, é o reviver. Tá bom. Bom. Ai, podia brilhar dourado, meu Deus do céu. Veja a hora de ter minha Raiden. Pô, quase 40 tiros e nada. Então vamos lá. Aqui é mais fácil, né? O que é isso aqui? Não, deixa pra lá. Deixa pra depois isso aqui.
My name echo in song. How brilliant! Whirling snow. Nowhere to hide.
Okay.
Incoming. Don't blink.
Por aí. O chão vai quebrar. Opa. Ai, filho da puta. Caralho, que merda, velho. Ainda bem que eu peguei reviver, né? Bosta. Sabe eu? Não é pra mim cair aqui?
With sword comes shadow. Hey!
Toma. Vai.
The show begins! This place has also been contaminated by primordial seawater.
Yeah. And a lot of it, too. A Fontainian would most likely dissolve the moment they...
Right! You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous and it won't be any...
Calma aí, Nábio.
Don't get Paimon wrong. We're not...
No, you're right. I can't do anything in this situation. That complicates things.
In that case...
The water levels here are unstable, and there's a chance I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up...
All right.
How brilliant!
Oh no, it's a dead end! Let's try climbing over from the side. Incoming! Hey!
Ô caralho, nem vi esse buraco aí, porra. Caramba, como que eu caí nesse buraquinho?
Wait, there's something wrong with this bridge! Run for...
Pega ela. Não! Puta, fudeu.
Demoiselle, what are you doing here?
Poxa, estão vivos.
Would you be...
Maybe she just wants some time.
Vai estar sonhando.
Yes, it...
That's quite possible.
Não, ela tá
However, you
sonhando.
were the one.
Oh. It must have slipped my mind when I... This is a familiar feeling.
Is something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, no. I was just trying to recall...
Do you remember Mr. Giverne?
We were headed to see how things...
Ah, right.
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Malus. And Mr. Silver, too.
How have you...
I've been great. Thanks to your help, those bothersome merchants, they were knocking at my...
Sometimes.
Oh, yes. Miss Navia, these are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. I don't know what...
Did you...
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, Demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants.
Very well.
Wait. Excuse me, ma'am.
That's right.
No, it's nothing. I've heard this name. And why are there so few people around here?
We must mind the time,
Huh? We do?
Well, now...
Miss Navia, here you are. I've been...
My trial?
Yes, she's right, Demoiselle. It's just a...
Oh?
Look, it's Navia. She's here.
And her two attendants are with her. Goodness, everyone's finally here.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be oddly... Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. Why are so many people here? And as for the judge... huh?
Please sit in the defendant's seat. Don't worry.
All right. But...
Typically, it would...
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on. Do they have any idea what they're doing?
Enough with the whispering!
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet realized what you've done? As all here know, you are Master Callus's... After you took over the Spina, you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus had. If not only you, but your butler, your subordinates, nearly every...
Wait a moment. Aren't you...
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. And that is why we are one big family. All of us who are from Poisson, inextricable. Therefore, this fair and...
Huh? Everything you have...
Oh, well...
How... I know all these people.
Oxi, que
Why are
nóis.
they laughing?
I seem to remember now.
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She...
Stay here, Navia. You're one of us.
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means...
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mr.
She was born a free...
Her actions, please do not mistake...
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontainians here. Even if everything is measured here in the nation of... Now, I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay.
And you would call this justice? Have you forgotten how much you all once longed to become individuals?
Do you need to defy?
If your justice is flawed, then why should we acknowledge it?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. And that...
My head...
Demoiselle!
Silver, it hurt. I remember now. Everything that seemed odd. Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
Don't be afraid.
Absurd! Who are you to say that she cannot be judged? Don't let them escape!
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, Must you be so stubborn? How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just. Navia
Que não é julgamento.
to us. After all that happened, she should not be left alone in Poisson.
What are you saying? No more excuses.
She says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be an independent individual?
What's with these people?
Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us.
Miss... No. Silence.
That's... Monsieur Neuvillette!
Such commotion. The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall...
Our thanks, monsieur.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But...
Go on now, demoiselle. This is your own loose. My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized
Oh.
this.
É as memórias dos dois.
Malus.
Tentando ajudar. Caralho, que merda, velho.
Quickly, you must come now.
Goodbye.
Cacete. Agora vai acordar, né? Caralho.
No, wait!
Os caras são
Just
foda
a
até o
second.
fim, velho.
Hey, Navia?
You're awake. Good.
I must have been
Oxe, o
dreaming.
Neuvillette tá fazendo nada aí.
Malus and Silver were still alive, and they were defending me at some
It looks like
Did all this happen?
the ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. You were just about... I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a Were it not for their intervention, I would not have been...
Wait, did you say ocean?
Perhaps those 2 Oceanids were the...
I always told them that they didn't...
Please come with me.
Neuvillette, are you okay?
Oh, I am quite all right.
Why do you look so Oh, Paimon knows.
I merely thought that we should get...
Huh? Why didn't you just say so?
Ah, Sigewin. I hope all is well.
No way, don't worry.
I see. Well, that is good.
Oh, and the Duke...
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately.
He still doesn't know what to talk. So, Neuvillette, this isn't going anywhere.
Yes, in fact.
É, mano.
I had arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were helping the residents evacuate. Amid my astonishment, I ran into the knave, and we had a chat. She informed me that she had asked...
Yeah, we originally planned to meet up with you, but we thought you might still be busy with all those
Amor destrutivo.
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
All right! Another one joins the party! Let's get going then! Yeah! Nowhere to hide.
Take flight.
Let the world collide!
Shower me with praise. Whirling snow. Kamisato art. Soretsu. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, another unstable path. Watch your step.
Vai cair. Que merda.
Much
Deu.
remains unfinished.
Ô bosta, hein? Cadê? Como que eu subi ali?
Don't blink.
Ah, fudeu? Ah, tá. Barulho do cacete.
The show begins!
Porra! Sobre os níveis do Bené.
My apologies. With sword comes shadow.
Caramba, tio. Calma. Levanta. Levanta, você vai tomar também. Calma aí, mano. Virar desse cara é foda, velho. Toma, então. Vamos três aí, ó. The world cry.
Embrace the ice. Don't blink. Cut to the chase. My apologies.
Errou!
Speed of light. May I present?
Ainda bem que tem isso. Sou saco chegar aí.
Looks like we've reached the end.
This is the place? There should not be any other hidden...
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't
No, I
actually
guess
that
so.
big.
Stone slates? It seems like they were put here as an offering. Could we take them down and have a look?
Perhaps we should just leave them be for now.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates. The slate that...
The surrounding walls also show signs of damage.
There's something written below. Let Paimon see.
It feels like some...
That would fit the circumstances dictated by the prophecy, yes. Indeed, the slates...
There's a person kneeling here.
And
is that...
the 4th image.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters.
Cheguei a dar conte.
More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it.
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Neuvillette. Decipher...
Ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just... This says that it's the history of the future, right?
I really...
Still, Paimon feels like these images...
That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the 4th, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before the 3rd? Where the Hydro Archon herself falls into the water?
And yet the order is reversed here.
If we go by timing, Lady Farina only emerges in the 3rd image. That means that the person in the 2nd image might be...
Egeria, then. I had never met her, but her appearance here does match the previous Archon kneeling before the floating island in the skies, as if confessing a sin.
Did she herself commit that sin? Also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their contents...
But who would have created...
It seems that any further clues will have to come from Farina.
In that case, there's no time to lose. There's nothing...
Yeah, we better get somewhere safe for now.
Enfim, vamos falar da Furina. O negócio vai pegar agora, hein?
Let's split up here. I'm going to check on what's happening with the...
You still haven't...
Just head...
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work today. Rest well. Traveler, I will go talk to Farina tomorrow morning to ask... I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office.
Are you really gonna talk to her?
She has long been harboring secrets.
Alright, we'll leave it...
I will be carefully considering my work.
Traveler, Paimon. Our safe house at the Fleuve Cendre is... Alright.
We're finally back!
Welcome back. We've got a special menu prepared for you two tonight.
Yay! And there's good... Paimon's already starting to forget what happened today.
Oh, that voice. Is that who I think it is?
Mona?
Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just see who they'll...
Still, we didn't expect to see you here. Wait, you're not a Fontainian, are you, Mona?
Well, I have... Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though? Is that because Magistus doesn't sound much like a Mondstadt surname?
Oxe, o que a Mona tá fazendo aí?
Well, I used to have my own surname, which was, well, some other thing. There was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at astrology, so I changed my name to what it is now according to her wishes. To my surprise, however, Magistus is not the name of some ancient house or clan. Nope. Although it is used by us in place of surnames, it generally just means great.
Wow! Imagine including a boast in your name. Wait, are you gonna have to put that into your genealogy as well?
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to take one. Astromancer.
Whoa, that's a...
My name means Mona the Great Astrologist.
Thrice as great? That's so... Hey.
I know, right?
Talk about it.
Magistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to...
That sounds terrible! Ugh. But anyway, you're not...
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes.
Oh, that's a good...
Speaking of that, there's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean. That was the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird invited me to take part in a panel. The invitation was sent quite early on. I don't think anyone expected Fontaine to be in this much trouble.
What do you make of...
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist, and that this prophecy concerns the fate of Fontaine. I'm afraid that, but on the flip side...
A visionary?
Of course. The old hag could do it, and I'd bet there are others amongst those Hexenzirkel colleagues of hers who could do something similar. Are you sure?
Thanks, Mona. You're...
Oh, well, this is something only I can do after all. So yes, you're...
That's the greatest of astrologists for you! Of all the people we know, you know the star...
Indeed, indeed. That's the spirit.
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about. If there's anything you need, do not hesitate to inform the Spina di Rosula.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now. If I receive any news, I'll be sure to come find you two again.
And there she goes, quick as rushing water. And here we are with the Spina guy giving us suspicious looks. Right, but we were able to recruit Mona's help, didn't we? Good morning. To be honest, Paimon's still feeling kind of... But it's time to get up, Traveler.
I guess I'm finally on the right path.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
You're here! Monsieur Neurvalette and Lady Fer...
Like I said, I've already explained everything!
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is little space for excuses between us. It is not my intention to... Look at this! This is a list of the victims from the recent Poisson incident.
You mean...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster. And I will say this once more. You must tell me everything you know. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates and some ink.
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't know anything about that, but you found them...
That's correct, which is why I... The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon...
I don't!
I'll ask you again. My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon...
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself. I understand your concerns, but...
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Farina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations into certain matters. There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly. This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro-Arc. You have never been as superficial as...
Well, since you know about my secret investigations, then you should... There's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but you're still my still trust in me.
Botou o pau na mesa.
Archon and do as I say. Never mind whether you... That's all I have to say. We do not discuss... Oh, the opera's about to start. Toodles!
Bota o pau na mesa, né, Vilete? Ah, tá sério. Ela tá sendo impressionada.
Did Serena not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her.
I assume you've been outside for a while now?
Oh! You noticed!
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion... Still, I do not understand. Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that we may have to create a situation in which she will have no choice but to speak.
Oh?
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial.
But, Farina...
We will need to consider this thoroughly, join forces with various parties, and then do what we can. If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but we must prevent the prophecy from coming to pass. This may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis. The information a god possesses is too precious, and so we must take a check. But who will let...
Well, that's everyone, huh? Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's...
And here you are, drinking tea like it's...
That's what family should...
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Me?
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful, the spotlight at last. I guess I'll be facilitating things from here.
That was a little long-winded, don't you think?
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, our friend here, the Traveler, has brought us together to discuss something. As for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to create a series of traps.
Oh? How
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Chlorand. And used on the spot. So, let's invite...
Huh?
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice. You might even pick up some fancy oratory tricks to impress your boss with in the future.
I see. And what does my boss say?
He is glad that you consider him your boss. Do go on.
In that case, do any of you have experience hunting?
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger. As for Lynette, oh, right. You were sick that day.
I've also...
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, but Fontaine once played host to a group though that was their name, they did not hunt animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the ancient dynasty of King Remus. Today, Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society, taking up arms in other lines of work. They even left a unique methodology of hunting in their wake. A trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger, and a containment device. Sometimes a lethal implement will also be necessary to deal with the prey. So, if we were to build a trap together, right now, what would you choose to build it with?
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Pigeons and rabbits will see the bait and naturally enter the snare. Our line of work requires a deft hand, and we're some of the best in the...
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you?
Yes, and I even managed to get...
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit. I prefer more stable methods, like...
And I can be their assistant.
With discretion, I'm sure.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought me some small... I remember that you like those too.
I did. And that would be a good way to go about...
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear I do not...
That makes sense. You usually solve problems directly, without the use of any such tricks. But I do have one more question for you, Monsieur. If we were to create a trap now, how would you design it?
I would like for it to...
If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be captured and safely contained.
Wait, why's that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and death is often exceedingly thin.
So, are we going hunting together?
We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters. It kinda works, but maybe it's still not...
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually quite accurate. But we shall require much more courage than any...
Oh, so...
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? So much has been happening. would go on for so long, but everyone seemed pretty... Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon thinks about it, but everyone else just looked a little surprised. Well... It's hard to say. Paimon doesn't have any experience with this sort of thing. After all, you're the most reliable person in the world, aren't you? Huh? Did you just pour... Then what's that? Paimon's never seen that cup before!
Don't be frightened. I'm just joining you two for tea. I merely refrained from saying anything till now.
Who's that voice? But there's no one here!
What a strange conclusion, but also such an interesting one. You two make such a fascinating combo, and yet even you feel confused. As such, I couldn't resist but come by for some tea and a chat. Consider me a passerby. Precisely. Call me N, a mage who wanders the world. At least, that's how my friends have suggested. The prophecy. Yes.
What?
People call such things fate, and it is written in the... just as prophecies are the things
Que
that you...
viagem é essa?
What is she talking about?
I believe that you understand, right? Ultimately. This was good.
The voice. It... What? Alright, coming! Hey, it's you who's...
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively band.
Mona!
Fine, just fine. I went to take part in that steam. Not all Fontainians are pessimistic about this. One journalist mentioned that sitting around and waiting for the end to come would be wrong, and that they should...
Did she have pink hair?
Why, yes, I'm in full support of her view. Prophecies are very important, but...
That's right! Paimon's glad to hear something sensible for once.
Yes. About what we had discussed before. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't reach the old hag. I'll try again tonight, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. Huh? Goodness gracious. Are you serious?
She said that even the god...
The Hex and Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary. As for the mage named N, the old hag has mentioned her a few times. She said, but I've never met her, and if she were still alive...
Whoa. The heck?
Their abilities alone...
Well, it's not like Paimon could understand anything she said.
Yes, she was quite cryptic, but I suspect she means that there is still a way to turn things around. She didn't say when or what that would be, though, so... Perhaps it is something that you cannot know right now. Traveler, Paimon?
Oh, we're fine. We're just a little down right now. It kind of feels like...
I see. I feel that same sense of desperation, too. I guess you could consider me someone who has often... But even so, perhaps that's what N was trying to tell you. Not to lose heart, and to believe that what you are seeing playing out before... I did originally think of steering clear...
Huh. You do have a point.
There I go, talking about astrological principles again. Sorry about that. It was worth trying to comfort you, even if only a little. I believe that you'll help those who are struggling in the same way I did. I suppose that might be why we always seem to meet by coincidence.
Paimon feels kinda moved by what Mona said, but also kinda sad too. Hey, Traveler, Paimon suddenly feels like going outside for a walk. Let's go. Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk by.
A blade and...
Pra cá, né? Pra cima, né? Isso. Vai cair não, cacete. Haja fôlego, hein? Bora, bora. E aí, Pedrinho, beleza? Aqui é Fontaine. Você não foi pra Fontaine? Fontaine. Tem muita escada aqui, você é louco, tio. Você não sabe nem onde tá o teleporte, se tá em cima, tá embaixo, tem 3, 4 andares aqui. Nem eu, primeira vez. Tem muito lugar aqui, é muito grande isso aqui. Se nesses caminhos aqui pra mostrar onde que eu vou, eu tô errado.
Huh? Our names are written in... Let Paimon see! The underwater stronghold, the Fortress of Meropide, has continued in its noble autonomy, but that does not mean that others cannot interact with it. My recent attempts to enter the fortress bore little fruit. Huh. Guess Charlotte still hasn't given up on that. Thus, did an Outlander friend become the focus of this report? A blind adventurer with their white fairy, legends trailing in their wake. It is said that this mysterious traveler once visited the underwater fortress. So while the fortress's interior remains a mystery behind closed doors, do not fear, for the tales of the traveler contain surprises in spades. Journalist Charlotte's biggest scoop yet, the Traveler's Trail, World Walker. Huh. Charlotte took so many awesome photos of us and we never even noticed her. She hasn't been able to get a hold of anything at the fortress, so since we're easier to find, she's using us as the subject matter instead? Ugh, seriously? Well, fine. Those headlines and photos do look cool, so Paimon will forgive her this time.
Tá quantos tiros aí pra Narida? Eu tô tentando a Raiden aqui, tá foda, velho. Vem o... Aqui, o desgraçado do Tigas aqui. Com 78 tiros, vem esse maluco aqui. Agora tô no garantido pra pegar a Raiden, mas tá foda, tá vindo. Tô com 40 tiros já em nada. Filho da puta não quer vir não. Tem pouco dia pra pegar tiro ainda. Como assim 7 na mão? Não entendi. Ah, tá, entendi. Esquece, entendi. A Raiden eu gosto muito dela e ela é DPS muito forte, mano. Minha intenção é pegar as duas, né? Mas se eu não pegar a Raiden, pega a Narida pro abismo. Eu tô pensando só no abismo mesmo. Uma das duas eu pego.
One slice of cake, please. Someone showed up after all. Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Pô, a Narida eu peguei na minha conta antiga, eu nem cheguei a usar, velho. Foi mó dó. Cara, eu nem upei ela, acho que eu deixei ela 40... Nível 40 só. Eu nem sei o que a Narida faz na vida. Eu sei que ela é melhor pra fazer o efeito lá do choque dentro, né? Mas enfim, se eu não conseguir pegar a Raiden, que eu acho que vai dar tempo de pegar, a Narida eu pego. Então tá bom, uma das duas que pro abismo ajuda. Mas a ideia é pegar as duas. Eu tenho muito tiro ainda, eu tenho muita gema aqui no jogo ainda. Eu tenho todos os baús de Mondstadt, Liyue, Inazuma. Eu tenho todos os baús do jogo pra pegar ainda. Um monte de missão, tem muita coisa, tem muita gema no jogo aqui ainda. O bom de conta inicial é isso, tem muita gema ainda pra pegar. E a Raiden eu já sei como funciona, né? É muita paciência, nossa, mano. 400 baús em Mondstadt, pra onde que eu tenho que ir aqui? Tem que sair. 400 baús em Mondstadt, 800 em Liyue e nas outras regiões eu nem sei quantos baús é. Sei que acho que tem mais de 170, mais de 100 eletróculos. Meu Deus do céu. Coisa pra diabo, mano. Onde que eu vou aqui agora? Oxi, sério? Que eu não posso fazer? Não, calma aí. Acabou a missão? Não, tá aqui. Eu tenho que fazer essa merda aqui. Que pariu, hein? As missãozinhas de mundo fica... Caralho, quanta coisa pra pegar aqui. O que eu ganho? Dá tiro aí, ó. Que é receita do que essa merda aqui? Ah, carne? Eu quero saber de carne. Me dá a gema aí, tia. Dá tiro. Ah, é muito eletróculos, é muita coisa, velho. Caralho, mano, é mais de 200. Meu Deus, velho. Então é muita coisa ainda.
Wow! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon!
Eu não peguei, eu peguei os óculos de Mondstadt e Liyue só. Eu peguei todos já. Os de óculos e os... Até esqueci o nome do de vento lá. Falta o das outras 3 regiões ainda. 271, puta que pariu, velho. Que mapa cheio de mato ali, mano. No deserto é até fácil de achar ali, mas no mato ali, puta que pariu, mano.
Wait, Charlotte, Paimon still got a question for you. And what's that?
Fora os baús, né? Tem baú e tem os óculos pra pegar nas regiões. Aí é muita gema já. Foda é pegar, né? Paciência pra pegar essas merda aí. Eu vou trapacear, usar... Ah, na região Suméria ali no mato é meio treta, velho. Você se perde fácil.
The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty... Paimon's been thinking. If it wasn't Fontaine... No, Paimon... We've always been moving to the next destination. You mean... Still trapped? Huh.
Nossa, o Fontaine tá legal. Tanto a história como o mapa. Cara, tá da hora, velho. E eu dei sorte de pegar a Furina, que a Furina me ajuda em tudo. Ela cura, ela dá dano, ela anda na água. Então, mano, dá pra fazer tudo na história só com a Furina. Acho que é uma das arcontes mais úteis desde o Zhongli, mano. Seja lutando ou seja no mapa. Seja explorando. E a Arlequina, você viu? A Fatui ali? Mano, muito gata a Fatui. Mano, ela tem de fogo. Nossa, mano. Tem muito cara de DPS a Fatui ali. Mas você fala útil na batalha, né? Não ripou a Arlequina, não? Pô, achei muito da hora, velho. Achei o visual dela da hora. Mas ela vai vir jogável ou não, a Arlequina? Onde que eu tenho que ir aqui? Peraí. Ah, agora dá pra ir, né? Porra. Não tem teleporte aqui? Tem.
This place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already.
A Narida pega... aquele negócio que ela mira, ela pega os itens de longe? Não sabia. Eu quase não cheguei a usar a Narida, infelizmente. Minha conta foi roubada, né? Pô, legal, então vamos ver, né? Se eu não pegar a Raiden, é a Narida, né? A ideia é pegar as duas. Ah, vai cair no buraco, quer ver? Cacete. Oh, porra, essas pontes cheias de buraco aqui. Parece a sua de São Paulo. A Furina. Ela vai se matar, coitada. Ela não é a verdadeira Arconte, né? O que ela é, afinal?
Everyone's dead. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Give up, Furina. There's no point in holding out. I'm sorry, but what can I even do other than to repeat? Who's that?
Ah, na teoria ela é Arconte, né? Tá. Vou continuar aqui pra ver qual que é a da Furina aqui.
Don't worry, Furina. It's
Ah, já mudou o papo.
So it is you.
Viajante loira de outra terra é foda, velho.
Why, I almost thought you were someone from that mob of my ignorant subjects. Come to kneel and beg for my forgiveness.
Furina.
Se abre com nós, velho.
You were crying just now, weren't you?
What do you mean, tear stains? Who did that uncivilized they even
Tira essa banca aí. Se abre pra nós aí, mano.
I must teach them a lesson. Oh, and I'm sure Nouvellette and those people from the Marish Chaussee Phantom are free.
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after her!
Estão acusando ela? Coitada.
Furina, those people seem to be after you.
É.
They are.
São ferozes pra te dar porrada, né, filha?
That's against the rules. I can't let them get their way.
Furina just ran off. Quick, we have to catch up.
Coitada, de adorada a odiada, né? Que merda, hein? Ah, a Furina até agora tá incrível. Todos os Arcontes, né? Menos o Vente, né? O Vente não foi muito desenvolvido. Bêbado ali. Mas o Zhongli pra frente, nossa. Zhongli, Raiden, Narida, Furina, nossa. Quero muito ver a Arconte de fogo. Nossa, mãe. Se ela não for espadão de fogo, velho. Mano, eu não sei o que vai ser.
Fine. I suppose haste is warranted.
Eu sempre falei que a Arconte de Hidro ia ser healer. Ela é meio healer aqui, acertei. Muito na cara que iam colocar healer pra água.
No, I mean, I merely gave it to the sheer enthusiasm.
Ele tá tacando tiro aí ou tá quebrando as coisas?
Yeah. A quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
It can't be.
Well, there's no need to worry too much about that. Nouvellette's made some emergency...
Yeah, but the people of Poisson...
Sim, mano.
It's true.
Se abre.
I once had informants all over Tevat, searching for clues. I've tried all kinds of ways too to hold back this, but all my efforts proved to be futile in the end. We cannot.
Ela tentou evitar o negócio, coitada.
No matter what we do, the will of the heavenly principles give up. Indeed, I've thought about giving up. Fate is really unreasonable, isn't it? It has no heart and obeys no rules. The prophecy has only just started to come true, and so many
O destino é razoável, não tem coração, não obedece a regras. Que foda.
But just now, it all became clear to me. As long as the final moment hasn't, don't worry. I will
Pô, como não gostar da Furina depois disso?
Enough for now. I got the impulse to play the stricken maiden. Don't take any of what I just said seriously.
Oh, come on! Paimon could have sworn you were actually...
Sure, that's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone. A witness. Yes, I've heard that, and if to that is in it.
Fala. Tudo bem agora que ela ia se abrir? Nossa, trouxeram a casa pro julgamento. Tá, pô. Ela vai ser julgada? Que coisa, hein?
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes. Now, without further ado, we may proceed.
So, this is what it is. Do not forget, however, that I am Focalor, the god of justice. The embodiment of
May I interpret these words as your refusal? In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel.
Essa é a acusadora?
You would draw your blade against a god? I see. It seems like you have made...
Paimon can't believe it. She...
What the heck is going on? Did I just see an arm?
Wow.
Lady Furina, what...
It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding. To be
looking for excuses again.
I raised my hands just now to indicate my... I will admit that I'm sorry, everyone. I was unable to protect... You are not the only ones to be disappointed in me. But now, I, Furina, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice. This time, applaud and rejoice. One of the most outrageous and fantastical arcs known to the opera epiclés is now unfolding. Mark my words. This shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine. Woohoo! Oh, now
oh, look.
Why does it feel like Furina just took over the whole thing? Like, also, even though she's still acting super dramatic...
All right, then. Who will...
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Is that so? Also, please allow me to ask, as a final question, just how much work did you do?
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the tasks assigned to the Spina di Rosula, since they were rather strict.
Navia, the president...
Most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates. They changed into plain clothes and came to the Opera House as regular audience members. The people's resentment against their Archon has been building as more and more of the prophecy is fulfilled. Moreover, according to our understanding and analysis of you, when something like that... So, we arranged...
So, you mean...
And their goal was to force you to step into the giant magic box, so you may...
That's right. That house was a magic box.
As the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when the volume of the box was increased by
Mas
a
essa caixa
whole
não
order
mata
of
ninguém, nem
magnitude.
cai, né?
And the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Aranias. Its cargo, of course... was an Archon. My thanks, Farina. Without your help, we could never have... Of course, this performance was only made possible with we had to select a location.
So, in other words,
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster.
Then, I can get you gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, and made sure that also that as...
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Clorand, I must commend you for your... As for you, Traveler, you'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived.
Oh?
It's fine. It matters. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial through to the very end.
Madam Prosecutor,
ela ia falar alguma coisa, mas não deu tempo.
Document that Miss Charlotte applied for and received permission.
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here. Oh, let Paimon see. Isn't this the exclusive interview that she did with us before? So she's already finished it, huh? Wait. So in other words, we can refer... Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
You defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duels you took part in at the Opera House. That's one for the history books, all right.
Tá, tribunal, ok, né?
Hadn't this the words of...
Tô com uma colinha aqui pra fazer.
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Oh, come. Just fast forward to the part where the prosecution lays out my offenses. As the defendant, of course. It is only natural for humans to...
That's true. But my charge here is unrelated to your conduct as an Archon. Instead, I would like to charge you as a fraud, who's never been the Archon in the first place.
Wait,
Eita!
What was that? Lady Farina's a fraud?
Hey, I came here thinking that we were going to try the Hydro Archon.
Charge accepted. Lady Farina, do you plead... Lady Farina.
I plead not guilty. How? There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Farina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine...
Yeah, even though Lady Farina can be wrapped...
Yeah, I've never questioned her identity either. Sure, Lady Farina...
I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon ever since they were born. There would... See? Even the Oratrice has decided to show me its favor. Are you sure you want to commit to a charge that will never be upheld? If you wish to drop the case, I can promise you as the God of Justice that you will not have to face trial.
An argument with near impossible odds, huh? You have to not only refute Farina's claims, but also overturn the long-held...
Well, I tried to give you the chance to surrender. If you must persist, then let me ask. And if I was not the Archon, then how did I manage to live for over 500 years?
of all, you may be a member of another long-lived race, which would allow you to naturally possess an extended lifespan. And second of all, even if that wasn't the case, there could be other ways to extend your life.
Who gave you that idea? Was it the knave?
A curse? I once thought it possible that the aura of an Archon might naturally resemble a type of curse. But in light of this claim, perhaps what I sensed was not your...
Neverlet sensed it too, huh?
Lady Farina.
Well, it is true that it's extremely difficult to tell humans and gods apart just by looking at them. It's not impossible.
Well, don't start celebrating too early now. Even if I have been carrying a curse like you said, how does that prove that I am merely a human being? Besides, for centuries, one need only to turn their eyes towards the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal in this very opera house, or consider the indemnitium that is used in every aspect of life.
Bom, vou deixar pra depois isso aqui. Depois eu continuo esse turno. Eu vou sair aqui. Depois eu volto nesse julgamento aqui pra fazer com calma, né? Valeu aí. Depois eu volto no julgamento aqui e faço com calma.